What's up guys, it's Frogfadog. What is your reaction to this phone? Some of you guys may just see this as a smartphone with a bit of damage in the screen. Others may be like, oh my god, is this the first gen iPhone? And some other people might be like, ew, bezels, get that disgusting poverty crap out of here. Well, I've got news for you. Today's video is all about bezels. Well, more so, the lack of them. Now yes, I bring this iPhone for an example just to show you where smartphone bezels sorta came from. Well, mostly, as everyone calls the first iPhone the first modern smartphone, blah blah blah, you get the gist of it. But let's go back a little bit further. So this is a Nokia 3310, and you can sorta see that bezels at the time were kind of a necessity. Screens were tiny, you had buttons, you can see bezels were necessary, this is just how things were. And then when we took away these buttons, well, and we just kept one button on the front, we kept the bezels. Because, you know, gotta house the button, gotta house the earpiece, keep it symmetrical, keep it reachable, because remember, people actually considered that at one point. They certainly don't now. And this is just how things were, you know, designed for humans. You know, give a space for your hands to exist when you're holding the thing in landscape. Or to actually just reach all corners of the phone perfectly fine without having to strain yourselves or do some gymnastic moves to get it. But nowadays, people just don't want bezels anymore. They want them all gone. And one of the first phones to properly achieve the first bezel-less look is the iPhone X, released in 2017. I say it's one of the first phones to properly achieve the bezel-less look because of the fact that all the bezels are actually symmetrical around the edge, which it's kind of embarrassing that even most smartphones now don't have symmetrical bezels. So it kind of just shows you how ahead Apple was in that regard. But yeah, full symmetrical bezels. Sure, it's got a notch, but that was just kind of what we put up with at the time, and still kind of do now with hole punches and stuff. No one really does notches anymore. But yeah, you can kind of see the paradigm shift between the old smartphone and the modern smartphone. We need these things to do more things. We need the screens to be as large as possible and as small of a footprint as possible. And we can see the evolution of how we got to the iPhone X through some other models. Some smartphone makers went to pretty extreme lengths to get rid of the bezels on their phones. Motorized cameras were a thing for a while. The Oppo Find X was probably the most famous one with it, where the whole top of the phone pulls up. It was really nice at the time, but now no one talks about that phone anymore. In my opinion, the first true mainstream phone to focus on removing bezels would definitely be the Samsung Galaxy S8. This, in my opinion, is still one of the best designed smartphones ever made. Say what you want about Samsung and their hardware, this was peak golden age Samsung. Everything from the Galaxy S5, skip the S6, to the Galaxy S10 was peak golden age Samsung, and there's really no debating that. And it's one of the few times where I actually like the curved edge on a phone, except for, you know, the fact that this happened to mine. This was just such a beautifully designed smartphone. At least the black model looked insanely good, how it all just kind of comes together in this shiny black thing. As you can see, the bezels, at least they're symmetrical, you know, the top and the bottom are almost the same height. It's got the chin and the forehead, but you know, that's just kind of the evolution, being one of the earlier smartphones to really focus on reducing bezels. And let me tell you, when the S8 dropped, this thing was so ahead in terms of design compared to every other smartphone. Samsung was ahead of Apple at the time already, but they well and truly took a giant step ahead. And then the iPhone X kind of caught up and exceeded in some ways. There is actually another smartphone that we can credit towards the bezel-less movement before the Galaxy S8. That phone being the Xiaomi Mi Mix. This phone looked, and even today still looks, absolutely stunning. And I'm telling you, it's not about the thickness of the bezels, it's about the uniformity of the bezels. This phone well and truly kicked off the whole bezel-less trend. It looks absolutely fantastic even today. And it kind of highlights an interesting way that smartphone makers used to do bezel-less phones, where they'd push all the edges as far as humanly possible except for the bottom, and they'd put the front-facing camera in there so they wouldn't interrupt the screen. But yeah, when that phone came out, that was truly the moment that really kickstarted bezel-less phones. And it really set in stone the future of what the smartphone would look like. So that all happened in 2017 with the iPhone X and the Galaxy S8, and also in 2016 with the Xiaomi Mi Mix. However, there is something that came before. Because 2 years earlier, in 2014, this phone was released. This is the Sharp Aquos Crystal, often regarded as one of the first, if not the first, bezel-less smartphone, and is likely where the Xiaomi Mi Mix actually drew a lot of inspiration from, because it's basically the same kind of thing. Bezel-less on all edges but the bottom where the front-facing camera is. And I gotta say, this phone, even today, still looks really nice, even though nowadays we focus a lot on rounding the edges, which no one actually thought of rounding screen edges until about 2016, 2017. People just kind of thought, oh yeah, bring the screen to the edges and keep it a rectangle, and keep it 16 by 9. So this kind of shows some of the older design trends that were going on. The Galaxy S8 kind of standardized the more modern approach of doing things, where you actually make the screen of the phone taller. You keep the same footprint as a regular phone, but you just kind of extend the bezels out and keep it narrow, while this feels really wide because it's still got a 16 by 9 screen on it. Let's have a closer look at this thing. Oh, the back looks disgusting. But you know what? When you got this phone, the back doesn't even matter. It's the front that matters. It's truly the front that matters on this phone. Everything else is honestly kind of irrelevant. It's kind of just made of crappy plastic, but damn does the front look good. So if we look at the top, well, there's nothing but screen. On the bottom here is where you'll find the front-facing camera. Plus also what I assume is some kind of sensors for stuff, and also the notification LED, which is something we don't see anymore. Looking on the side here, we have the power button and the volume buttons, kind of actually done in a pretty modern way because everyone insists on putting these all on the same side now, which is, I mean, I don't hate it. It's just, you know, interesting that we collectively decided to do that. On the right side, there is nothing. On the bottom, this might look like a USB-C port at first, and it actually did kind of fool me with how they rounded it, but nope, it's micro USB, which makes sense. It is 2014, and USB-C had only just barely been invented at that time. If we look on the top, here we have this weird flap here, and if we try and get this thing off, it's not the easiest thing to get out. I literally just did this off camera like 5 seconds ago. Here's one thing I'm really glad smartphone makers don't do anymore, is put all these flaps on their phone to get like water resistance. There we go. This here is actually where the SIM card goes in. You can see here, you just pull this bit out, and this is really strange. Yeah. How are you meant to put a SIM card on that? There's like nothing to hold it. I don't know. Doesn't matter, I'm not really using this thing as a phone. It's meant to be a display piece you put on your wall. It's a trophy phone. And also next to it is the headphone jack. Insert modern phone doesn't have headphone jack thing here. And yeah, that's about it really. There are also squeeze sensors on this phone. For whatever reason, smartphone makers at this time thought, yeah, let's put squeeze functions in our phone. Yeah, that did not last at all. Let's turn this thing on and get a basic overview of what's on here. It's made by Sharp. Don't really hear much from Sharp nowadays in the realm of smartphones, they just kind of exist. There's the Aquos logo, and Yahoo Mobile apparently. And yeah, you can just get a feel already for just how futuristic this screen looks. And here we go, the phone's booted up, and check that out. This screen looks absolutely incredible. Look, there's the grip sensor. I sure love my grip sensor. Now it's interesting enough how they actually got this look, how they got the bezels of this smartphone so thin, and it's actually in the name of the phone, the Sharp Aquos Crystal. If we take a close look at the edges of the smartphone, you'll see that the edges of the screen actually like taper down at a 45-degree angle, kind of like a crystal. I actually gotta put the screen brightness up a bit. Yeah, this is your brightness adjustment. That's so terrible. Why did you do this, Sharp? Why did you actively go out of your way to change that? But you can actually see that the edges of the screen taper at a 45-degree angle to give it more of a bezel-less look than it already has. It looks absolutely fantastic, but yeah, it does add a little bit of color distortion, and if I tip the phone up, you can literally see the backlight on the top, which looks really cheap. But other than that, I will say that the screen on this phone to this day still looks pretty fantastic, even with the little tapered edges that it has. Gives it a very unique look that you really don't see anyone doing nowadays. Well, for good reason, but it's still really cool and unique. Just taking a quick look at the software, you can see that this is running Android 5, Lollipop, which, can I say, I absolutely love this version of Android. I still really like how Android 5 looks to this very day, and I have fond memories of using Android 5 on my Sony phone. Interestingly enough, you see all this extra stuff put on it, and it's because that this phone was imported from Japan, it seems, so that's pretty cool. There's some unique stuff we'll be able to take a look at. This home screen also does not make any sense. So we have these two pages, but then within the page we have another page. I don't know if this is all the apps. It clearly isn't, because there's some in here that aren't in here, like the Play Store. I don't know where the app drawer is on here, but apparently you can have pages vertical with your horizontal pages. It makes absolutely no sense. I don't understand this home layout whatsoever. Where is the app drawer? It makes no sense. They also changed around where a lot of the settings are, and it makes less sense. As you can see, we have apparently 11 gigs of total space, which means this is either a 12 gig model, which I doubt, or a 16 gig model, which is more likely. Guys, I've got a bit of a confession to make. It has come to my attention that I've been lying to you this entire video, because as it turns out, this phone right here is not a Sharp Aquos Crystal. It's actually a Sharp Aquos Crystal 2. I know, I'm sorry guys. I really hope you can forgive me. But yeah, it does have a few differences compared to the first gen Sharp Aquos Crystal, but honestly, it looks pretty similar. One notable thing being, the back is actually non-removable. It's stuck on with adhesive, so no wonder I couldn't pry this off. I had to get a suction cup, try pulling it off, but then it was adhesive and clips. Blah. I'll get a new cover for this eventually. So at least it's easy enough to rip off as long as you've got a suction cup. It's more powerful, it's larger than the first gen, it's just different. So guys, this is actually Sharp Aquos Crystal 2. Please forgive me. I have lied to you all without even knowing. Me when I spread misinformation on the internet. Also, using this phone at times can be kind of strange because, like, it feels like there's a frame missing on your phone. Because looking at this still looks really strange even today, because the bezels are actually a lot thinner than we have on most smartphones. Because these days smartphones have kind of opted to go more for a uniform black frame around everything, like kind of a thin bezel, while something like this is a lot thinner than even something like this iPhone 13 mini here that I've got in my hands. And when you're using stuff like the camera, it actually feels strange to use because you're looking at the moving world around you without a frame around it. It can actually be a little bit disorientating sometimes. This effect still happens today because the bezels are so much thinner than even modern smartphones. Anyways, I got sidetracked. Let's go into About Phone, and then here's the Android version. And you can see, there it is. What a great version. I love this version of Android. And you know what else is great about it? There's a hidden little game inside of, you guessed it, Flappy Bird. Remember when Flappy Bird was a thing? Every single Android phone had a built-in version of Flappy Bird, which is kind of cool. However, this one feels really wonky to play because the arcs are so extreme and you kind of feel it just goes down way too fast. You'll see what I mean as I start playing this. Yeah, see, it arcs so much and I feel like the lollipops aren't spaced. At least on Flappy Bird it felt a bit more fair. This is a bit more wonky. And then it got significantly worse in Android 6 when they added a 3-2-1 timer to every single round of it. It just made it feel so much worse. You have to be very twitchy. Yeah, see, even then, the jumps are too high, the falls are too fast. Don't expect to get many points on this. And I know there's going to be comments that are going to be like, hey, you should get good. I can get 17 points on this. And my honest reaction is that I didn't ask. Anyway, let's see how many points I can get. Yeah, there you go. Two points. We got 2 points. Yippee. But yeah, you can just sort of get a feel for how beautiful this phone is. It's so gorgeous, like I want to lick this phone. Alright, let's take a look at some of the stuff on this phone. We've got our standard Google apps, RIP Hangouts though, that's a thing there, also Play Music and a few other things that don't exist anymore. we have this. Let's have a look at what this is. Okay, I don't know any of this. If I were to have a guess, this seems like some kind of weather app. Yeah, because you got a cloud there, you got degrees, red and blue, so that'd be your high and low temperatures. It doesn't seem to want to work though, from what it seems. Let's take a look at this app with the settings icon. Yahoo Mobile. So Yahoo Japan, is this Mail? This looks like Yahoo Mail. So these are the permissions that Yahoo, I think this is Yahoo Mail Japan, but oh my god, it needs like every single permission. Yeah, let's accept. Look at this really nifty grass texture. I like how this looks. So Yahoo Mobile, Yahoo Mobile. Yeah, I don't know. There's some arrows down here. If I press that. Okay, so that's our little indicators. I don't really know what it's trying to do. I'm just kind of guessing here. Like I said, I don't understand Japanese, but even with the phone set to English, you still get a whole bunch of Japanese stuff on here. I assume because this phone is actually from Japan, I don't think this is going to work because a lot of the services just straight up don't work. Also, something fairly interesting, if I click multitasking, they actually changed multitasking to be this, which honestly is straight up worse than the default on Android 5, where it's actually the full screen and you swipe down. So yeah, a bit worse, but you know, gotta love that little bounce animation, I guess, so that's fun. We got our favorites here. Child lock. Scrupulous Finger? We can look at some of these other ones as well. We got some mini apps as well. There's a lot of stuff to look at on here. And there's more stuff in here. There's Yahoo Mail, and we click that. Okay, let's open with Chrome just once. Oh yeah, so now it's gonna give me a login for Yahoo Mail Japan, which, cool. I can't really log in because I don't have a Yahoo Mail Japan account, so... Oh, we can translate it. Let's go. What does it say? Show me some butchered English, please. It seems like Google won't be able to help us here, so off we pop. And this seems like the Yahoo web browser. More specifically, the Yahoo Japan web browser. This looks very interesting. So it's kind of got an older UI. Honestly, the way these buttons look and the way up here looks really reminds me of a mix. And stay with me here. It reminds me of a mix between iOS 6 Safari and the Nintendo 3DS web browser. A mix of iOS 6 Safari and the Nintendo 3DS web browser. Just let that sink in for a bit. I mean, this is Japan, so it kind of makes sense, but interesting. Let's go to... Oh, this... I forget that this is the keyboard on here. Yeah, that's an absolutely horrible spacebar on here. What? Hold on, what is this loading? Sure, we'll tap that. I don't know. Wow, they've really gone out of their way to make this look like iOS 6 with the background and the way things are overlaid and the top and the buttons. Yeah, this looks like iOS 6. What? Okay. Let's go to Google dot. Okay, it's dot, not a comma. Oh, okay, so now I can just change it into Japanese text. Very cool. And I'll press enter. Okay, so we're searching Yahoo Japan for google.com, which is not very helpful at all. It's not fast, I will say that. And let's go to Google, and it's taking its sweet time. Yay, and now we're on Google. So now let's go to Google Images on Yahoo Japan. I guarantee this web browser will be a lot older than the Chrome one on here. Let's do Frock. Oh, I'm not used to... Like, the first two rows of this keyboard are ortholinear, and the bottom isn't, so it's just throwing me off so badly. Let's press search. Did that just Did that really just hit the X next to it and clear it out? Bruh. Search. Okay. Yes, we got it. Oh, look at that. It's actually giving me results from frockforduck.com now. That's actually sick. That's actually so cool now. And then we just start to get random results that apparently have something to do. Oh, there's a fork! It's me! The more you go down in Google image search results, the more irrelevant things get. It's a random MKBHD jump scare. While we're here, I'm actually curious to see how well this loads frockforduck.com. Okay, this is the home screen for frockforduck.com. And it's not loading correctly. Well, yeah, this isn't loading properly, but you can at least see the content. And I actually haven't tried loading this website on older devices yet, so it's actually kind of interesting to see how this looks. I mean, granted, it's still loading, so it might just magically pop and become perfect, but As it is right now, this is looking very, very rough. You can't read any of the text unless I select it all. I've got 2 search bars now. Oh, that's interesting. So when you select content on here, you get 2 search bars. For whatever reason, I don't know why you'd need a second one. Yep, so that's what that's going to look like, and the phone's getting hot, so let's exit out of that. Interesting little folder animation as well, nice and bouncy, very cool, very nice. Down here we've got the camera, and I'm not sure if this is separate to the Google camera app, but I'll just take a very quick photo here with it. Very interesting sound. And I do know that there was a Google camera app in here. It's not the same thing. So this is a completely different app. You get 2 different camera apps on here. So one was taken in 16:9, the other was taken in 4:3. They look fairly identical. I'll pop them on the screen so you can quickly check that out. Let's do a quick little video test using the Google camera app. No, that's not what I wanted. How do I change the video? Oh, you have to swipe. Ah, that's so dumb. So dumb. What's up guys, it's Frog, and this is the Google camera on the Sharp Aquos Crystal filming the iPhone 13 mini. And as you can see, it looks absolutely incredible. I'm going to actually clean the lens here. You can see just how sharp this image is. You can see the dust and ooh, getting sent into a different dimension here. But yeah, those dots there are actually from the Pixel 8 Pro filming this, so yeah. And then while we're here, let's go to the built-in camera app. Well, not the built-in one, but the additional camera app, which has a more sensible layout than Google's, believe it or not. And let's start filming. And this one is done with the, I don't know if this is Yahoo's or Sharp's camera app, but either way, if I'm not mistaken, this might actually look a little bit sharper, which is quite interesting. Get it? Sharp, because Sharp made this phone, but yeah, this might actually be clearer just from taking a look at this. Oh no, I took a photo. Okay, cool. So that's that. And yeah, looking through the viewfinder with this little bezel, it actually looks incredible. Even more so than, say, an iPhone, because you have, well, first of all, it doesn't go to the edges like that, but also the screen doesn't really go to the edges. There's a bit of a bezel around it. While this really has a lot less bezel than even something like an iPhone, which is crazy to think that this phone's 10 years old now. All right, let's go to the album on here. And yeah, we got 2 videos, one being the Google one and one being the other camera app. Yep. What's up guys, it's Frog, and this is the Google camera on the Sharp Aquos Crystal filming the iPhone 13 mini. And as you can see, it looks absolutely incredible. So I will say, watching 16:9 content on this screen is just amazing. The simple fact that it has the lack of bezels here. If this was like an actual OLED, this would be genuinely one of the best ways to watch 16:9 content, just without a frame at all. You get this little bit of a chin here to hold on to, which, you know what, I don't mind at all, because at least you got something to hold on to. See the dust and ooh, getting sent into. I mean, that looks pretty damn cool. But the issue is also, well, yeah, the back's still there. But this is the speaker. And when you hold it like this, where do your hands cover? Oh no, it covers the speaker. Also, it vibrates the entire back of the phone, which is kind of interesting. And also, I will quickly point out as well, I forgot to mention this, but the earpiece, well, there is no earpiece for phone calls. In fact, the entire screen is actually an earpiece, so a few phones have done this before, but this phone is one of them. This is something that became a bit more common in the early days of the bezel-less smartphone. You don't see it as much nowadays because they're all just really thin earpieces in the top, but yeah, pretty early pioneer of quite a few things. Alright, so here we have the phone app, and I think this is just... Oh, I don't think this is the Android 5 phone app. This looks... Oh yeah, no, this is definitely different. Then we slide to this screen, and we have... Oh dear lord. What is this? Oh. Okay. Well, I can't read Japanese, but I think this is, I wonder what this is. Let's do... Is that a pig icon? Hold on, what does this one sound like? Okay, what about this one? I'm sure there's someone who's watching this who actually knows Japanese who can understand this. Please make some subtitles for this video. I like the pig icon. Let's do the pig icon. Hopefully that doesn't like mean anything bad. Alright, next. Okay, next. I don't know what any of this is. This is clearly asking for my location. Alright, yep.
お、そこにいるのはもしかしてナナシか？実はほらもう一回とか他にはと声をかけられるともう一回喋ったり他のことを喋ったりできるんだぞ。さあ試しに他にはと言ってみるんだブー。
Okay, next. Okay, please don't. What is this? 37%? 37% for what? There's a walking icon, but 37%. Well, there we go, guys. I got 37%. In what? I don't know. Again, I'm just gonna go onto these pages so anyone who knows Japanese can like... Oh, a pedometer. Okay, so it was steps. So here we have our steps, our calories. This is all in English. It's all in English, so that's actually pretty cool. Goal today not set. So look at that. We have something to actually look at for all the people who don't know English. Sorry, oh my god. For all the people who don't know Japanese watching this video. And we'll tap on this one. That doesn't do anything. I do like this UI though, pretty interesting. Tapping on here doesn't do much else. We'll go into settings and yep, just more stuff. Cool. That was interesting. So that's likely a health app. Yeah, actually that kind of makes sense. So this is a health app. I think that's what I can gather from using this. Next up, we have this thing. Grip magic. Oh, I think this is settings to change the grip of the phone. If we go down the bottom, we have this app here called Let's Try, and I think that lets you try it out. Here we go. So volume down for incoming calls. We can do try, and we can do start. Okay, that actually kind of works. So, I don't think it's actually pressure sensitivity, it's more just like a capacitive thing. Because I'm not even gripping, I'm just like putting my finger, I'm just resting my hands on it. So that's kind of cool. Difference, rotate screen. I like these animations on the top. Notify by vibrating, volume up for watching media. Simple, secrecy for incoming calls. What? Other party's name not shown until gripping phone. Interesting. Convenient character conversion. We got some conversions here. Full screen shrink, so this lets you do like one-handed mode just by gripping your phone or something. We got a translation finder, so you can translate to Japanese by capturing on the camera. Kind of need the opposite of that right now. We got a search finder. Search or display by sliding words on the screen. What's this about? Launch application. I need something with text. Samsung battery. Okay, so now that I've done that, what can I do with it? I can't select the text. I don't know. So that's that, I guess. Sweep on. Turn the screen on easily just by sliding the screen. Try that. Wow, we did it. Okay, what's next? Quick silent. Ringtone stops pressed by turning over. It's like my Google Pixel. My Google Pixel's got this feature. Wow, Sharp, so ahead of the curve. Other convenient functions. Let's customize to suit your own taste. See useful. Let's see the useful. Turn screen on by holding. I think that's when you just like hold the sides of the phone, it turns the screen on or something. Bright keep. So it keeps the screen bright while you're holding the sides. operation when putting down. So yeah, so it's like the Google Pixel thing where you put your phone down like that and then it just detects, you know, let's just do not disturb, mute your calls and stuff, which is pretty cool. Home/welcome sheet, and we have feel home. Well, that's a video tutorial. Cool. And then welcome sheet wallpaper, so that lets you change your wallpaper and stuff. Interesting. Where were we at again? I don't know. Okay, we got clip now. What is clip now? Oh, was that it? Oh, okay, I remember seeing this from MKBHD's video on this. But yeah, if you enable this and you swipe up here. No, not that. When you swipe up here. No. When you swipe up here. I just did it. Okay, basically when you swipe up here, you're able to take a screenshot. I don't know how to do it. It's not letting me do it. Oh, well, you saw it happen. I have video evidence of me doing it. Can we roll the evidence real quick? Oh, was that it? There we go. That's the evidence. Yeah. Next up, we have this app. Energy saving settings. Wee-hee. And we can change it here. Look at this UI. That's something. So I think this is just different things you can change to save some energy. So that's pretty cool if we tap on that. Oh, we're saving the energy now, boys. Let's go. Does it make... Oh, yeah, wow. It disables, like, all the animations. If I open that, yeah, there's nothing. So no vibration, no anything. So yeah. Let's just do that so it looks a bit fancy. Which, honestly, this thing's got pretty good battery life. Like, I've been able to charge this thing. I've kind of left it for a few days, just kind of off, and yeah, it kind of works. You know, the battery's pretty good on this thing. Alright, so to view the other apps, we've got to go here and then swipe up. I don't know, this doesn't make any sense. If we look at entertainment, you know, we all know what Facebook is, but we don't know what SH Show is. Let's have a look at this. What are you? Will you load? That's a good question. I don't think so. Let's go home. Let's do Smart Custom. Welcome to Smart Custom. Ah, code 10. No, not code 10. Default configuration is downloading, custom apps and wallpapers and ringtones. So it seems like some kind of like, okay, cool. Oh, what's this? We got a full-blown TV in our phone? Oh, this is some Android 4.4 UI here. Let's press agree, create channel list, create by selecting the area. Let's go to the Kanto region. I'm going to close my eyes and tap the screen. And do it again, because I missed. Okay. Okay. Cool, we're just tapping random things now. Alright, we're scanning channels, and there's been zero channels found. Why? Because we're not in Japan. Oh, wait, hold on. Hold on. Confirm channel list, yes. Set. Are you serious? Is it actually gonna work? I severely doubt that this is even gonna work. Yeah, cannot receive the signal. Obviously. What, can you record live TV on here and just watch it back? That's actually pretty cool. So you got a full-blown TV on your phone. Which would have been cool in the 1990s, but by 2010, like, who cares? Next up, we got this calendar up here, which... Who's he yelling at? Who's this guy yelling out? That guy's thinking, and they're talking. And I don't want to know what that middle picture is. That's a bit strange. So yeah, we pretty much just end up on this screen, and yeah, there's not much we can really do. Hold on, I can swipe slightly. Oh, look at that. Next up, we got tools, and my god, there's just so much stuff on here. What's a swipe pair? Application to share picture displayed largely to two devices. What? Oh, hold up. So what, you can get two phones together and use them as two screens? Are you for real? Oh, that's actually so cool. So what, you can get two phones, put them together and just like use it as like a Surface Duo? That's actually kind of awesome. I don't know how I'd even get this thing working. If there's a video of this thing working, I might see if I can pop it in, but granted, I don't know how well this would work. Probably not that well considering it's an Android phone from 2014, but still interesting. And we know what clip now is, sliding the top edge of the phone. Well, apparently you can go down as well. Oh, we just did it. I don't know what that animation was. Hold on. We can pull it out. There's our screenshot, and we can bin it, or we can like slide it that way. It keeps conflicting with the Oh, we got it. Okay, so now it's actually wanting to do it. I don't know. It's weird. Weird gesture. And it actually stays between apps, which is very handy. So you can like swipe it there, do your thing, and then, oh, hold on. I gotta look at my screenshot. Okay, let's swipe it away. So I can go on my calculator, and this is a very interesting looking calculator. And then you can just pull out, oh, there's my screenshot, and then swipe it away. Next up, we have this. Let's open it. Okay, so apparently to use this, we have to upgrade to the latest version, access the Google Play. That's gonna make me sign in. I cannot be bothered. We got the pedometer on here. Does this just, yeah, it just opens up that app from before. So interesting. We got the voice recorder on here. Apparently we get up to 6 hours of voice recording. All right, we'll press play. Apparently we get up to 6 hours of voice recording. Why does it sound that bad though? Yeah, cool. That just sounds nasty. We have an Office Suite on here. Office Suite 8 by Moby Systems. We can open up Word documents, Excel documents, and PowerPoint documents. Let's open this one up. This is actually kind of useful to have like built into your phone. Okay, so here it is. Oh, look at that. It's showing us a Sony Xperia. Look at that guy. Look at that lovely little thing. Oh, what? A Sony Xperia tablet. I haven't actually seen one of these. Can I edit this document or can I just view it? Ooh, we can edit it. Calibri Light. Yeah, so this is how you did document editing on your phone back in 2014. We got our budget overview, Excel document. Let's open this guy up and see what we get. Can I do my taxes on my Sharp Aquos Crystal? That'd be cool. You know what? Honestly, this thing looks fairly competent. It actually looks somewhat decent. Like, it doesn't look like... Oh, okay. Never mind. Take back everything I said. It's got ads on the bottom. And yeah, therefore, we're going to close out of that. And then we have... What is that? Contents Manager? Okay, it lets you just see your photos, your movie, your music. Oh, there's some stuff. For example, Hangouts call. And we can use... Let's use the music app. I'm sure that someone's gonna comment with a timestamp here being like, oh my god, nostalgia. So yeah, it just seems like a basic file manager thing. Couldn't start the camera. I don't think this app wants to work. Oh, there we go. The frame rates on this, I can breathe between each and every one. Let's do that. Okay, yes. Translate. Do it. Oh my god, it's doing it. It's doing the whole thing that you can do with a modern smartphone. Look at that. Actually pretty ahead of its time, not gonna lie. I like that. We got the Wi-Fi hotspot and someone's gonna comment about the very adorable icon that it has. Oh, okay, so you can have a pin number. Interesting. I like this switch. Look at this. That's a very interesting switch. If you had this, but with like haptics and a sound, that'd be kind of cool. It's like a light switch. Well, actually, no, it's more of a sliding thing. If this worked more like a light switch, that'd be kind of cool. Okay, cool. Print Smash. Let's open up Print Smash. Okay, okay, never mind. We're not opening it then. Oh, we've got all these safety apps like this disaster message board here. Disaster message board. Let's see if there's any disasters on here listed. Okay, and I think just a lot of the stuff on this phone just doesn't really want to load. So yeah, there's not really much we can do. Like there's this emergency app here as well. Nothing yet. I don't know what this is. Okay, this right here is extremely iOS 6. Down to the pin striping in the back, the gradient on the top, and the buttons. Yeah, that's very, very iOS 6 looking. And again, I don't know what this does. You can transfer some data from your SD card slot. So that's cool, I guess. I don't really know what it does. We have this one with a heart on it, which opens up yet another web browser. Something about safety. I don't know what it is. All I know is that there's like 5 different safety apps on here. What's this one? Something about location. I'm probably not going to open that actually. Oh, this next folder you don't want to be put into. It's the basic folder. Ugh. So we got our phone, we got the address book from before, we got Notepad. It just lets you write. There's no haptics on the keyboard. Fantastic. Let's save that. And look at that, we've saved a new note. That's really about it. There's the SH camera from before. Let's do mail. So how many mail apps do we have now? We got Gmail, Yahoo Mail, and now we have Mail. That's 3 mail apps. Use Mail instead of Yahoo Mail as your SMS app? What? Okay. Yeah. Oh, whoa, we got a mail. I don't know what this says. Wait, is this an SMS? What is this? What is this? I don't even know, man. Oh, hold on. We got another email client. We got mail and email. So, hold on, now let's take a look at email. Let's press agree. Oh yeah, we gotta actually add an email to use it, which I'm not gonna do. So look at that. By default, we get 4 different mail apps. We've got a guide app, which, like, you know, it's a guide. Automatically check app updates for your guide. That doesn't even work. Well, we probably have to update it, but eh. And then we have the Let's Try app from before, which was absolutely stunning. And then we get back to our basic Google apps like the Clock app. We got settings, which, yeah, basic settings. Interesting thing is that no matter which page it's on, when you swipe, it's still gonna swipe. So I don't know if this acts as an app drawer. I don't know where the app drawer is. I don't know if there's more hidden apps on here. Most we can really do is just kind of look at some of the mini apps on here. There's some more stuff on here that we didn't see. So let's look at copy anywhere. Oh, okay. Okay, so this is kind of like the thing on Google Pixel phones where you can like go into multitasking, just press select and it just starts selecting text on the screen, except you can do it pretty much anywhere in the OS and it doesn't really work properly, but hey. We got the Kaku notepad. Okay, so we can write and save comments using handwriting. Yippee. And we press save. And we've just saved a note somewhere. Where's the note? I don't know. We got the search capture, translation capture. Oh, let's look at the child lock. Disable touch operation when playing a video. Can unlock child lock by pressing the power key. And I think it means you can hand it to your child and they're not gonna muck around with the phone. So when they're getting their greasy peanut butter fingers on your phone to watch the video, it's not gonna detect anything. And then apparently you hold the power button to exit? Okay. Let's look at the mini apps. So we got the mini TV app. Oh, look at that. Floating windows. Even my Pixel 8 Pro can't do this properly. Wait, can I at least go into like another app? Yeah. Now it's officially better than my Pixel 8 Pro, considering the fact that I can literally do floating apps on top of another app, which, you know, on my Pixel 8 Pro you can do floating apps, but as soon as you open another app it just gets rid of it. So look at that. Sharp absolutely decimating Google in 2014. And yeah, so little tiny floating pop-up apps. Oh my god, there's YouTube. Oh my god, there's YouTube. You know what we have to do now. Where the hell did the app go? Alright, Frock for Duck. Let's search up YouTube on the little mini video player. I highly doubt this is going to work because a lot of YouTube's APIs are just straight up balked nowadays. It's now loading. We can make it bigger and expands pretty reasonably. Pause the app when you move it. I don't think this is going to work, but yeah, the multitasking you can do is immense, and you can see the battery's really starting to drain now from doing all this. No data found, so yeah, that's about what I expected. And look at that, you can pop it out, hide it away. Actually really useful and has that lovely closing animation. We're not going to open maps. Oh, is this another email client? Oh, it's that one from before. So that lets me open up the app but also have the app still open. I am confused. Here's our schedule. Let's press plus. We can add a mini application. Oh, we can add it from the Play Store. Right, we're not signing into the Play Store. I can't be stuffed. So yeah, that's basically an overview of this Sharp Aquos Crystal. When things truly went from basic smartphone all the way up to our modern smartphones. And it's like a perfect middle ground between these. And also, this phone was really cheap at the time as well. I think it was $199 US dollars or something like that around the time. Prepaid, that kind of stuff. But yeah, it was a very cheap budget phone that was pretty ahead of its time in many ways. A lot of the features this thing has, we kind of see today, or some of them we don't even see today, like grip sensors and stuff. But the screen is definitely the standout feature for this phone, and quite frankly, this phone still looks incredible today even with it. So I gotta hand it to this phone. This thing is pretty good. Good job, Sharp. So with Sharp this ahead of the design curve, surely they could keep this momentum to this very day, right? Well, let's take a look at the Aquos models that came after this. Oh god, that is a severe downgrade. But yeah, this kind of design in 2014 was absolutely unseen and still looks extremely striking to this very day. And we gotta hand it to phones like this, the Xiaomi Mi Mix, the Essential phone, the Samsung Galaxy S8, and the iPhone X for really pushing smartphone design forwards and bringing it to where it is today. So yeah, my name is Frockforduk, use that however you want, I really don't care. New videos whenever I like. Be sure to become a channel member for some bonus videos, early peeks at new videos, exclusive Discord roles, and an exclusive Minecraft server, what? All rolled into one. So yeah, that's the end of the video. Thanks for watching.